What's up, guys and girls? It's Ghost Robo, and this is something really weird but dear to my heart right now. Stranger Things is the absolutely incredible show that debuted on Netflix a month or so ago, and it seems like it has reached a fever pitch of popularity because now someone has made an adventure game based on Stranger Things. I've seen Funko pushing to get Stranger Things Pops made. This show is incredible. I usually don't like stuff like that, but I loved it, and I haven't had a chance to talk about it here on YouTube, so I thought this would be the perfect way to check out this game. I think it's very short, but it's super cool that they took the characters and conceived a game out of it, so hopefully it's fun. It's very old school adventure-y. Okay, this is what the boys called Mirkwood, alright? The last place they think Will Byers was. If you haven't seen the show, basically, a boy goes missing, and there's clearly some paranormal stuff happening. You probably won't even understand what's going on if you haven't seen the show, but basically Will Byers disappears, and his group of, 12-year-old friends who are obsessed with D&D have to go and save him. His mom is freaking out and communicating with him via Christmas lights. And then there is a girl who has, supernatural abilities named 11 who appears out of nowhere, and then the rest of it is just crazy and cool. Alright, so this is Hopper. He's the police officer, the detective on the case. Okay, fellas, what's going on here? We've been searching the woods for a while now, Chief. Mr. Clark thinks he found something. What's up with Mr. Clark? Have you found anything else in the forest? Do you think Flo makes good coffee? Act professional, you two. That's enough, boys. Okay, what's up with Mr. Clark? What's up with Mr. Clark? He's over by the drain pipe. He said he found something. Okay. There's probably nothing interesting, honestly. Found anything else in the forest? Besides the bike, not a whisper of anything else. We did see the fort Will Byers made, but there was nothing of note in it. He has his own little fort in the forest. Let's see. Do you think Flo makes good coffee? Are you kidding? Flo is the best. I love how their voices just change constantly. I know it's put a few more hairs on my chest. That's a weird comment. I don't really want chest hair giving coffee. Act professionally, you do. It's late, boss, and I'm tired. I got this bit of action. I don't want to hear it. Sorry, Chief. Alright, that's enough, boys. I'll be back. Alright, what do we got here? A fallen log. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that Will Byers is not underneath this tiny fallen log. Alright, Hopper, if you say so. Click on myself. That didn't accomplish anything. Surprisingly, there's nothing remarkable about this unremarkable rock. Oh, we can walk. Hold up, boys. We've cracked the case. We found a small rock. Ooh. I've got a flashlight and a pack of cigarettes. Alright, well, no need to smoke in the forest. Hasn't Smokey had a word with you? Forest fires are dangerous, especially here in California where I live. This is actually back in Indiana, which is really interesting because I just moved from Indiana. The forest is eerily quiet as you walk through it. You hear only silence and see nothing yet. You can feel something is near. Who's this? Oh, it's Mr. Clark. Okay, Clark, what's going on? I found something. Well, what is it? It may be nothing. Let's see then. Well, it's this torn piece of cloth. This looks kind of like a hospital gown or something. Yeah, it's dirty, but it's fresh. My favorite kind of food, dirty and fresh. Hasn't been here long. No, not at all. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Got torn cloth, but we gotta learn about Will Byers. What can you tell me about Will Byers? Will is a wonderful student. He and his friends are very bright. Who are his friends? Well, he usually pals around with Mike Wheeler, Dustin Anderson, and Lucas Sinclair. By the way, these voices are completely inaccurate to the show. I do not claim to be accurately representing the actors nor the characters depicted in the glorious motion picture series known as Stranger Things. Well, you can tell me about Dustin. He's my favorite character in the show. Oh, Dustin is so funny and bright too. Well, you can tell me about Lucas. He's a punk. Such a punk, right? Lucas is very intense. He's the most focused, I'd say. What can you tell me about Mike? He's the main guy. Mike's usually what you call the leader. Nice, boys. Alright, how are you doing? Well, I'm well considering the circumstances. Will is a great kid and I'm worried. This is their teacher, by the way, Mr. Clark. Nice night, eh? It'd be better if I was home watching the thing on VHS with my girlfriend. I don't know if Mr. Clark even has a girlfriend, but alright, whatever you say. Goodbye, Clark. I'll be here if you need me. Alright, let's check the drain pipe. You bend over and peer into the drain pipe. Ooh. What's up, Hop? It's long, dirty, and disgusting. If someone crawled through this, I imagine they were either very brave or very scared. Indeed, I hate to think of anyone being in that damp, dirty old pipe. Mr. Clark, thanks for your help. Fence signs. Let's go check these out. You give a slight tug on the sign, but it's attached firmly. It is covered with a stranger, powdery substance, though. Huh. Powell? Okay, fellas, what's going on here? We've been searching the woods for a while now, Chief. Seems that cloth is the only lead we've got here, boss. Okay, that's enough, boys. So we got torn cloth. Can we examine it? Cloth in the drain pipe? Let's put the cloth in the drain pipe. Or should I use my flashlight in the drain pipe? Okay, let's put it back. Put it back. Okay. 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 Flashlight? Okay. Well, clearly, it's time to go. Looks like we're gonna have to pay a visit to that laboratory whether they like it or not. I promised Joyce I'd find Will. Alright. Joyce is Will's mom, by the way. This may be the end of the experience, honestly, as silly as that is. I sure hope Flo has some coffee. We're gonna need it. Ah! God, okay. That was uncool. I think that's basically it. I think they just wanted to create like a one-room thing. And this is not affiliated with Netflix. People just made it. But they clearly love Stranger Things. And so now, since we have seen this lovely little one-room puzzle that didn't really have any solution, but it's just cool to see them like take that universe and imagine like how awesome it would be if like Telltale did a Stranger Things game or something. That would be super freaking cool. But anyhow, so my little review of the show is that it's absolutely incredible and you should watch it. Now I'm going to give some spoilers, so if you haven't seen it and you don't want to be spoiled, you can leave now. Thanks for watching. Or I guess you could listen, whatever you want to do. Anyhow, I love it. I think it's really incredible. I love that it does horror and mystery and intrigue in a way that doesn't have to be gory, doesn't have to be jump scary. I mean, there's a couple moments that are a little bit intense, but nothing too much. And as someone who doesn't really like horror, I super appreciate that. I love that I could enjoy it and have the experience and adventure without having to worry about being terrified. Now, the characters are also great, and it does a really nice job of not being cheesy, even though it mainly centers around 12-year-old kids and sort of high school drama of boys and girls. I felt like they really nailed the atmosphere and vibe and didn't make anyone feel tacky or cheesy or lame or, you know, blah or anything like that, which is really good and really hard to do, especially with TV shows. TV shows typically have, to me, a lot more cheese and a lot more fluff and come across a lot more heavy-handed than movies, so it was epic that they were able to make it work. It had great cliffhangers to the episodes. It was really intriguing all the way through. I would say it didn't have the greatest ending, but there is going to be a season 2, and I felt like they really did a nice job of creating attachment with the characters and on making sure that you were really invested in them, and across the board did a nice job. The plot line with Joyce, the mom, and sort of her extreme despair of finding her kid was great. The plot line with Eleven was really cool. I almost wish there was more backstory of everybody in the game, but I love the adventures between Dustin and Mike and Lucas. I thought that they really nailed that friendship and that bond and sort of that time period in your life and like the exploring on your bikes, and I don't know, it brought back to a time before cell phones and Twitter and when everyone was obsessed with playing Pokemon Go. When I was younger, we didn't have the internet, we didn't have cell phones, and that, you know, I really like that vibe. I thought that the Hopper character ended up being very endearing while still being harsh, and kind of a really cool, hero character that didn't have, like, you know, all redeeming qualities, but really cared and wanted to make a difference. And even the drama between Steve and Nancy and Barb and all that was pretty cool. I didn't really like Steve. I didn't really care for his character at all, but it was super cool. I wish that Nancy would have ended up with the brother, Will's brother, whatever his name was, instead of Steve. I thought that was kind of a letdown. I was like, come on, man. Steve was such a punk. I get that he, like, ditched his friends and ended up being nice, but I really like the little romance between Will's brother and Nancy. The monster itself I thought was super cool. I wish it was a little more grounded. The fact that, like, oh, it's this upside down and the monster can come through the wall, but not. And it's like a portal into another dimension. I wish they found a way to, like, ground it a little bit more. I like the idea that 11 opened this up, via her communications and trying to reach people telepathically, and it created this, like, rift and problem. But I wish there was a little bit more groundedness there instead of, like, magic monster from the this, like, upside down, identical, identical dimension, but just reversed and dark, and it's underneath the world, but parallel universe, and like that you can access it by crawling through a tree. I don't know. I just wish that was a little bit more, made a little more sense, and there was a little bit more answer there. I also wish we got some more background on who 11 was. I mean, I know she was the child of that woman and whatnot, but, like, how did they, what signs did she show, like, back at her house, or why did they eventually kidnap her, or what was the reason behind her powers? I thought the scene where she, like, took everyone out was super badass towards the end of the show, and I like the lengthy episodes. I wish there was a couple more, but it told a very nice, complete story that felt like a really cool, what would it be, 8 episodes at about 40 minutes an episode, so that's like a 320-minute series, so that's like about 5.5 hours, which was great. It really, I felt like it maintained intensity and captivated your attention and held it for those full 5.5 hours, and so maybe they just had just the right amount. But I can't wait for a season 2. It sounds like they're going to go in more of a linear direction in terms of continuing this cast and this storyline. I know some people want them to kind of do, like, almost like a Twilight Zone or X-Files thing, where Stranger Things was just a series of strange things that happened, and each season was different. I like that idea too, so frankly I'd be okay with whatever they choose, but bringing back the characters that we've come to love is a really good idea. And I'm not one who really gets attached to TV shows. Really, I've only liked 3 TV shows in sort of the modern era: Lost, The Office, and now Stranger Things. So cannot wait for season 2. Really enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think. I would give it like totally a 9 or a 9.5. I recommend it to everybody. I think it strikes a balance where it could be appealing to anyone who's a sci-fi fan, a horror fan, neither of those things, someone who's into fantasy, someone who's not, someone who's a kid, someone who's an adult. Like, it really has sort of mass appeal, and I love that. So check it out if you haven't seen it. Hopefully you enjoyed this goofy little game that they made, just kind of giving us a taste of what a Stranger Things adventure or Telltale type adventure would be. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts. Until next time, drink some hot chocolate out. Whoa, that doesn't make sense. Drink some hot chocolate out. I was going to say stay out of the upside down, but now it seems like the monster is getting in my mind and messing with my words. So we'll get out of here before things get too evil. Till next time, everyone. Thanks again. Drink some hot chocolate, and we will see you all later.